Hey guys, I didn't do a whole lot of crazy editing for this video because just like Pluto himself, the content is top tier and all that extra fluff isn't even needed. Watch this video to the end and let me know which facts you think are true and which facts you think are fiction. So look, if you think the story of Future starts with Tony Montana or the legendary 2015 mixtape run, you are already missing it. Okay, we're talking about the wizard, Pluto, the man who fundamentally shifted the entire trajectory of music for over a decade. Come on now. But Pete, everybody knows the radio hits. Everybody knows the viral memes. But if you're a real one, a real fan, if you're really tapped into the lore like I am, then you know the story goes way deeper than the toxic tweets and the auto-tune. I'm personally stamping it on everything. No, not that it matters, because who am I? But today, we're moving past the mainstream album. Today, we're moving past the mainstream album release noise, and I'm giving you 30 deep, random origins, straight up crazy facts to prove why Nayvadius is absolutely an alien. Let's get into it. Origins. So before he was the wizard, he wasn't even Future. I'm talking about the Meathead. That era. Back in 2003, if you were tapped into Atlanta's underground trap scene, he went by Meathead. He was in what could have been considered the second generation dungeon family group called The Connect. If I'm being honest though, I don't know if putting Meathead on the Billboard charts hits the same. Now let's talk about the prophecy. He didn't even name himself Future. A fellow dungeon family member named G-Rock heard him rap, looked at his style, and said straight up, nigga, you are the future of rap. You are the future of music. Now this one is interesting. His mom was actually a 911 dispatcher working long night shifts, and while she was busy saving lives, Future was staying at his great aunt's house. Wild shit is, he didn't even realize that he grew up in one of the biggest traps in Atlanta. Well, their neighborhood at least. And that's a wild contradiction. To survive the trenches, he legally changed his name from Wilburn to Cash. His logic was he wanted a street alias so that if the police tried to build a case against him, the legal paperwork wouldn't come back to his real identity. At 16, he was robbed and shot in the right hand. He says that single moment was a divine intervention and it forced him to stop hustling and lock himself in forever in the studio. In 2004, he was a ghostwriter. Future wrote the entire addicting ass hook to Ludacris's big hit, Blueberry Yum Yum, one of my favorite songs. So some say the original blueprint came from Rico Wade. His first cousin was the late legendary Rico Wade from Organized Noise. Rico took Future out of the trenches early, showing him luxury cars and fine dining just to break that poverty mindset before he ever dropped a hit. Now you don't get this level of longevity without being a bit of a mad scientist. Look, let's look at how his brain really worked. In high school, Future fell in love with William Shakespeare. He credits reading classical sonnets with teaching him how to structure his poetry and mix unconventional love lines. During his legendary mid-2010 runs, he spends 20 hours a day in the studio, sleeping on the couch for 2 hours, wake up, and do it again. So, the work ethic is literally terrifying. The rumor is he rarely spends more than 20 to 25 minutes writing or recording a song. If the magic doesn't hit immediately, he scraps the beat and moves to the next one. Because of that OC pace, he has a hidden vault of over 1,000 completely finished unreleased tracks just sitting there waiting for us, I hope. But nah, for real, let's talk about the fact that Future literally translates random noises into melodies. He once admitted that he could take the tapping of a computer, keyboard, or a hum of an AC unit and build billboard flows out of it. Here's a good one. He owns a completely hidden all-black high-security studio in Atlanta called the Batcave. Only a handful of people have ever seen the inside of this fortress. The superstitious rumor is that he refuses to drop a studio album without a spoken word interlude from the Dungeon family poet himself, Big Brew.
I'm stainless, tempered by earth and flame.
It's said to be one of his good luck charms and balances out the dark tribe energy. So this is where music theory heads need to pay attention. Pluto, I'm talking about King Pluto. He isn't just using auto-tune, he's manipulating it. This brings me to Astronaut music. He coined his genre as astronaut music, and when asked why, he said because it takes an astronaut so long to get to space, and that's how long it takes everyone to catch up to where his music is at. As a fan, I 100% agree, because everybody ranted for years about how they couldn't even understand him, and now they ride endlessly. Let's just say he knew before we knew. The confidence is unmatched. A lot of people, they don't acknowledge that auto-tune is an instrument. He doesn't use auto-tune to hide a bad voice. He intentionally strains his natural raspy voice to counteract the software.
Shine. Gun.
Making it sound like it's bleeding with pain. He had the brains to tap into the Magic City ecosystem. He didn't build his buzz on the radio. This ain't for the radio.
This not for the radio.
He fed exclusive music to DJ Esco at Magic City, and if the dancers didn't move to it, he would re-record it on the spot.
Real street nigga, you know that. Real street nigga, you know that.
56 Nights is an actual legend. The 56 Nights mixtape is named after the 56 days that DJ Esco spent in Dubai after he got caught with marijuana. The hard drive with all the Future's music was trapped in DJ Esco's confiscated bag the whole time.
56 Nights gotta know the real meaning.
It's like we acknowledge it, but at the same time we don't. His historical chart destruction, bro. In 2017, he became the first and only artist in music history to drop 2 albums in consecutive weeks, Future and Hendrix, and have the second album knock his own first album out of the #1 spot. The real secret about the song Racks.
What you got?
The 2011 hit Racks by YC put Future on the map. But real trap heads know, Future wrote the whole song. He did the chorus and basically just gave it to YC to get his foot in the door. Now I know this is the part that y'all want to know. Let's talk about it. Drake's early jealousy. In 2013, they had a brief tension because Future said his own lyrics were way more emotionally authentic than Drake's Nothing Was the Same album.
I don't want to feel like I got to pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do. You wanted to get on the record. I didn't call you. Like I called you and reached out to you. I was in my own zone doing me. You could have never got on the record. We would have still been doing fine, but...
They obviously patched it up for What a Time to Be Alive, which personally is top tier for me. And I love it. And I pray every night that What a Time to Be Alive 2 happens. So let's wrap this up with personal life, the visual quirks, because the lifestyle is just as wild as the music, bruh. Let's talk about the Sierra tattoo. Sierra got an N tattooed on her ring finger from Nayvadius. After the toxic split, of course, she got it lasered off immediately, which is similar to Angela's story. He models his style after high fashion lookbooks. Do y'all remember the hat era? Who remembers the 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. line? When he tried settling down, he had to cut off his bachelor lifestyle. He joked in an interview that his 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. side girls were mad, and he had to tell them, oh, how are you mad when I only see you in the dark and there are 5 other girls in the room?
If I choose one, the other one's gonna get mad. Then I choose the other one, that's gonna get mad. So whoever I choose is gonna start the melee.
And that being said, it makes perfect sense why Too Short was such an influence to him. His mom listened to R&B, but he secretly stole Too Short cassette tapes, and that's who was teaching him how to deliver raw, straight to the point street lyrics without stuttering. Let's tap a little into the FBG multiverse. The Future Hendrix alter ego is literally a tribute to Jimi Hendrix, a black artist who revolutionized the rock genre by taking massive sonic risks. Fashion-wise, he's not just buying luxury clothes. The French fashion house Lanvin hired him as a guest creative director for a unisex capsule collection. And here's some BTS for you. The Future logo, when they were drafting early logos, free bands, the creative team almost spelled it with a P, like Future, as a stylistic play on words, but they realized that it was probably going to be too confusing. Who remembers the shoe, though? His Reebok shoe collaboration was a deep-cut sneakerhead move. He forced designers to fuse 2 completely different eras, the Instapump Fury and the Shawn Kemp's Kamikaze 2s. And who can forget the sensational meme?
Sensational.
See, that's the thing about Pluto, the real Pluto. He's a rock star masquerading as a trap artist, completely unbothered and always 5 steps ahead of the curve. Let me know in the comments which one of these blew your mind. And if you already knew the whole list, then drop your favorite Future track of all time so I can see who the real fans are. Appreciate y'all for locking in. Hit that subscribe button and I'll catch y'all on the next one. That's it. That's all I gotta say.